It is my pleasure to introduce our speaker today, Robert Duffy, the Chairman and CEO of Rochester Business Alliance. Prior to his current position, Bob served as Chief of Police for the City of Rochester, the Mayor of Rochester, and as the Lieutenant Governor of the State of New York. Mr. Duffy was elected alongside Governor Andrew Cuomo and served in that role from January 2011 until January 2015. As Lieutenant Governor, Bob Duffy was appointed as the chair of the Regional Economic Development Councils and helped implement the administration's economic development agenda. In this role, he supported Governor Cuomo's efforts to rebuild New York's economy and position the Empire State to be a global economic leader. He was also named chair of the Spending and Government Efficiency Commission, where he had oversight of a substantial effort to make our state government more modern, accountable, and efficient. Lieutenant Governor Duffy also held an instrumental role on the Governor's Mandate Relief Council, which sought input from local government officials and constituents with the goal of reducing the statutory and regulatory burden on local governments and school districts. I first met Bob last year during an event for the college and seminary, and the more I have learned about him, the more I am impressed by his tireless advocacy for education and his determination that the hard realities of economics, poverty, and restrictive government do not and should not define who we are. After serving well at the state level, Bob could have sought to advance his own political position, and he would have been welcomed in other venues. But we in Rochester, as the Rochester community, are fortunate to have Bob Duffy return to continue to serve on our behalf. We are the beneficiaries of his experience, his diligent efforts, and most importantly, his character, which is recognized by his honesty, integrity, and humility. Bob Duffy holds 2 degrees from Monroe Community College, a bachelor's degree from Rochester Institute of Technology, and a master's degree from Syracuse University. He is married to Barbara, and they are parents of 2 adult daughters. Bob was our commencement speaker in December of 2005, just after his election as mayor of the city of Rochester, and we are so grateful that he has returned to Roberts Wesleyan College to speak to us today. Please help me welcome Mr. Bob Duffy.
Thank you very much. First, I want to thank President Porterfield for her leadership, her great sense of humor, and being on Twitter every day. I want to thank also the Board of Trustees, Chair Tabor, all the trustees, the faculty for this invitation, and I want to extend congratulations first to all of the mothers and grandmothers in the audience in anticipation of tomorrow being Mother's Day, and first and foremost, again, to all the graduates today. I'm going to give you the greatest gift I can give you, and that's a very short commencement speech. I want to make 3 points. First one, there's nothing I could say to the graduates today that could give you any direction in terms of what you should do in the future. To go through what you've been through, you've demonstrated goal setting, hard work, perseverance, all the attributes you need to be successful in any walk of life that you pursue. I've been there going back as an adult at school, and you all have many different stories, and those stories are far more interesting than what I would have to say today. But you've already demonstrated what it takes to be successful in life, and just keep doing what you've done for the last few years on your journey through education at Roberts Wesleyan, and carry that into the future, and you will be super successful. Number 2, second point, I don't want to be morbid in such a very happy occasion, but all of our lives, one thing is certain at the end. At the circle of life, when it comes to an end, we pass from this earth. And one thing I would urge you to do, we never know when that happens. Only one person knows when that day will occur. But live your life every day with a sense of passion, with a sense of purpose throughout every single day of your life, like every day is your last day. There's nothing like the death of relatives and friends to reinforce that point. And it really is about living life. I would ask you to focus on your family, your friends, things that are fun, giving back your contribution to society. Those things are all important. but in many ways you have a chance to write your own obituary, by the way you live your life every single day. And sometimes people plan to do things and just don't have that time, and sometimes the good Lord takes them from this earth before their time has come. But if you get up every single day with a sense of doing something great in this world for your family, for your community, you will be super successful. And in essence, you are writing your own obituary every day by your actions and the way you live your lives. Number 3, I just would urge all the graduates to stay here in Rochester. We tend to, in New York State, produce this great talent, and what we do is we export that talent to other states. And I would urge you to stay here and be part of this future. We have a chance for unprecedented economic opportunities in the next 5 years here, with several major investments that will come here that I think will help transform this entire region. What we need are super smart young men and women coming up the ranks who are the future. But one thing that stands out about Roberts Wesleyan graduates is who you are at this institution. I believe it's education for character is the school motto, and I could say on a personal level, in my career, I have interviewed and I have come across Roberts Wesleyan graduates, and coming from this institution means something. There seems to be almost an automatic sense of trust when somebody comes from Roberts Wesleyan, and that really speaks so well for this great institution and the values that this institution recreates and reinforces every single day. And I just would urge you, when you make your career changes, to think about staying here. We have a community, quite frankly, that we've let other people tell the story about. We have our strengths, great strengths, that often are understated. Our arts, our culture, our social justice, the incredible technology leadership we have here. There's so much here in Rochester and this region, the Finger Lakes region that we have, that goes understated. We have problems, like every community. They often go overstated. But what the most important thing is to have young men and women like you who are the future to come out and be the light. Every day to do something great every day that you can to make this place better, to be in positions and be in careers that really, truly make a difference here. And I believe we're going to see every one of these graduates here do that. You really cross every demography, every career line, and what you're going to do in the next few years is truly going to make a huge difference here. The last thing I just will make a point is this. I believe I'm not a Bible scholar, but in St. Paul's to Corinthians, there's a letter. St. Paul writes about life as a race, and it is about a race. Everybody runs the race, but encourages the Corinthians to run that race to win the prize. Only one wins the prize, so run to win. And life is a race, and life really is something where we do sometimes compete, but it really is about every single day running your life and living your life with a sense of purpose. And in the words of the great local philosopher Danny Wegman, when you think about that race, the words come out, focus and finish. And take what you've learned here at Roberts Wesleyan over the last 4 years, the relationships that you have created, what you have inside, and you go out in this world every day through your family, your work environment, your community, and you run that race and live your life the way you've lived it in the past, and focus and finish. This community is going to soar and will be a much better place because of it. I wish you all the very best. Congratulations on your great endeavor, and may God bless you all a great success. Thank you.